Hello. Today I'm going to be showing, hopefully, two ways of cleaning the 22 caliber HK MP5 rifle edition. And no, this isn't a real suppressor. This is a mock suppressor to hide basically the 16-inch barrel. So this is a rifle. Please don't judge the Monstrum 3X prism thing here. It's all I had to put on this, and I didn't want to spend any more money than I already did. First step is to make sure that the weapon is clear. There is no magazine. And we have an empty chamber indicator that shows that the barrel is clear. Now, way number one to clean this is the way H&K/Umarex recommends to clean it. And that is as follows. Take the rear takedown pin out, slide out the back end stock and cap, and pivot it forward. That's it. That's all the disassembly that they recommend. At this point, you're trying to get in there and clean this with a brush or something like that. You don't have a whole lot of room for the barrel. You can reach down here and do some things, but that's all they recommend. And I will hopefully put on the video their statement in the manual that disassembling it any more than this will void your warranty. So, what can you do beyond that? What you can do is take the other takedown pin out, this one, and take this off. We'll put both of those aside because they don't need cleaning. Now, I learned this from the YouTube channel that I'll hopefully post up here somewhere, that if you are very careful with your bolt lock back, bolts open, you can unscrew this from the barrel. Now I'm done, and this comes off. And basically then the barrel can slide out from the rest of the upper. So this thing is just a shroud basically. You see here's the end where the fake suppressor screws on, but now it's much easier to get at a lot of these things and to clean them and to lube them. So at this point, I'll now clean and lube. Also, what I'm going to do is attempt to lock this bolt back. Basically, to lock the bolt back now, you pull it back, being careful not to kill yourself, and push that pin up, and now the bolt's locked back so you can get at the bolt face and things like that. So now we'll just do a standard cleaning with some CLP. Now to get in there, I do not want to kill my fingers by sticking that in there and accidentally releasing the bolt. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Q-tip in there, and if the Q-tip gets killed, I don't mind. Now here I can really see how dirty that is. In addition, there's the feed ramp. You really want to concentrate on that, obviously. I don't know if you can tell, but that feed ramp is still pretty nasty. Time to metal brush. You can tell that feed ramp is clean now. Okay, now I'm of course going to finish it off with a little CLP down the barrel and a bore snake. All right, the third time's off camera. Another thing they recommend you clean though is right there, the spring. So I'm going to use a brush to do it. Now finally, their lubrication recommendation. 2 drops of oil to the spring. 1 drop of oil to the extractor. It's right there. Finally, 1 drop of oil to this side of the firing pin, and then 1 drop back here, the back side of the firing pin. I would say this is cleaner. I didn't really put that many rounds through this thing either. Okay, let's reassemble. First of all, slides all the way back in to the shroud. And again, we will hope that we won't. Yep, I released the bolt, but that's okay. Push it forward so I can see the threads. Focus, the threads. See, I'm holding pressure on the back, pushing the bolt forward so I can see the threads. And now I start screwing these mock suppressor back on. Obviously, just hand tight. All right, now with that back in, I can put the trigger assembly back in. I can put stock back in and the rear takedown pin back in. There we go. We'll do a check. Bolt locks back. Bolt goes forward to the fire. Yes, don't ask me about dry firing. I know you're not supposed to dry fire a 22, but the manual says make sure the hammer is down by depressing the trigger. So they must know what they're talking about, one would hope. Anyhow, lock this back. Put the empty chamber indicator back in. Go back to safe. Clean up my workspace, which is a big mess. And there we have it, nice and clean.